Andrea Young's concept for EXO-ENDO builds on interior and exterior forces that shape human experience, especially the changes brought about by harnessing the creative and destructive forces of fire and heat. From instrumentation and composition to visual imagery and stage environment, EXO-ENDO explores both the dissonance and consonance in the complex relationships of body and machine. The featured instruments in the ensemble are Andrea's voice-infused noise machines. The machines are custom software that extracts features of a vocalist's performance in real time and maps inherent qualities of the voice to parameters that control voice-infused noise synthesizers. To create the software, Andrea conducted intensive studies of waveforms present in vocal characteristics. Tone, vibrato, breath, vowel sounds, glottal clicks, and growls are all analyzed, quantified, and represented as a series of signals that form an embodied controller for live electronic performance. Complementing the sounds generated by the noise machine, Michael Day's experimentation with prepared turntables subverts the familiar functionality of the record player to create a device that explores the textural and percussive sounds inherent in everyday materials. The addition of the bass, played by Braden Diott, grounds the fundamental frequencies of the piece, providing a tonal floor from which the other sounds grow, while Derek Stein's cello and supporting vocalists Sharon Kim and Sarah Sinclair fill out the sonic profile of the ensemble. Acoustically, the piece begins with the noise machines driven by a miniature microphone held in the singer's mouth, which captures the tiniest sounds from the resonant space within. The imagery echoes the feeling of being inside the body by filming murky liquid through a long tube. By varying the illumination of the liquid and the focal plane of the lens, the video simulates endoscopic photography. The second half of the composition builds a wall of sound. It begins with the scraping of bows on metal and deep rumbling bass, then swells to an immense presence of resonating tones and noise, then collapses into high, ethereal, breathy sighs of electronics and voice. The narrative arc of the visuals follows by illustrating the ignition, inferno, and aftermath of a massive forest fire, as seen from the emotional perspective of a creature fleeing the flames. The visual onslaught concludes with a landscape of scorched trees and floating ash. The stage design immerses the performers within vertical strips of translucent screen material, evoking the height and depth of a forest. These strips hang from 6 frames suspended 24 feet in the air, creating a volumetric projection surface that surrounds each musician in their own grove of light and image. The resulting aural and visual environment ebbs and flows together from the barely perceptible to a raucous onslaught of light and sound.